It's evangelism aimed at an audience that preachers may not be reaching.
We have to win this young hip-hop generation for Jesus Christ, and what we use is hip-hop music.
Our music needs to change.
Somebody doesn't want to be a player. Somebody don't want to be a thug. Somebody wants to live right. Say yeah!
Help us reach a lost generation before it's too late.
Would you shake your neighbor's hand and say, neighbor, I will not be disqualified this year. Paul says, lest after being one to preach to you, I am lost or I am disqualified. After I have led you in praise and worship, or after I have led you in communion, after I've led you to the altar, after I've led you as an usher, after I've led you on the camera or played the piano for you, after I have served God in sacrifice, if I don't keep my own body and my own mind under the authority of Christ, I disqualify myself. This is the year of favor. The Lord spoke to me last week that this is the year of promotion and prosperity for the pure in heart. Not the perfect in heart, but for those that want. If you have a desire to be right, God will meet you the other half of the way. If you have a desire to please God, God will meet you the other half of the way. Behold, it is better to obey than to sacrifice. Disqualified you. And you know you can still be in position and be disqualified. You can still wear a robe. You can still have on scarlet. You can have on purple. You can have on the garments of a priest and lose your priestly anointing. You can be in position and lose the authority. You got the position, but no one respects the voice. Your position in position only. Because you have disqualified yourself by disobedience. It is better to obey God. And I want to challenge someone today, obey God, and whatever God is telling you to do, obey God. It is better to obey than to sacrifice. What kind of prayer life and devotional life do you have on a daily basis? I don't mean church. I don't mean when the organ is playing, when Bishop is preaching, and when I've called church, when I've called fasting. I mean when nobody's called nothing. How many times do you pray in the day? How much Bible do you read on your own? Let me help you. Let's stop this little one verse a day stuff. Because that's an immature congregation. Let's work our way up to at least a chapter a day, at least. Wake up with psalms, wake up with praise, and go to bed with wisdom. Go to bed reading Proverbs, wake up with praise and go to bed with wisdom. Wake up with a psalm, go to bed with wisdom. Wake up with praise, go to bed with wisdom, reading a proverb. And then in the middle of the day, carve out some time in the middle of the day and lift your hand and go into the bathroom, go somewhere on your lunch break and say, Lord, I need you. I just want to be reminded. I want to remind you that I'm your child and I need you. I didn't only need you this morning, but I need you this afternoon, and I'm going to need you tonight, and I'm going to need you tomorrow morning. I'm going to need you in May, in April, in June. I'm going to need God. You can be blessed, but disqualified for your next level. Remind your neighbor, don't get disqualified from the next level. There's another level, and every time I feel God. Now, every time you say no to the enemy, you say yes to God, you step up another level. I will not be disqualified this year because of dishonesty. Dishonesty. Don't dishonor God with an unholy lifestyle. A life without character or a life without integrity. Because your anointing is not enough. So don't start tripping on your anointing. I'm anointed. You're anointed, but you lie. You're anointed, but you can't keep your bra on. You're anointed, but if anybody blows on your earlobe, you just gone. So let's stop working on the anointing. Let's start working on character. I will not be disqualified, secondly, by disobedience. Don't disobey the voice of God. Don't turn a deaf ear to what God is trying to tell you. Don't disqualify yourself because of dishonesty. Don't disqualify yourself because of disobedience. Thirdly, don't disqualify yourself because of disrespect. Disrespect for God's authority. Don't disrespect the authority of God. Number 4, don't jump the gun. Don't run ahead of God. If God didn't tell you, if God didn't direct you, don't go ahead of God. God knows I've learned this the hard way in my own life. Because visionaries and artistic people are often impulsive. But wait for God to say go. Don't jump the gun. And just because God delayed it doesn't mean he's denying it. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, acknowledge him in all your ways and he'll direct your path. Number 5, don't fall off the track. If you trip, get up quickly. Don't lay there and get comfortable in the dirt. As your own life, giving witness that the longer you lay there, the easier it is to be there. You do know if you miss one Sunday, anybody be honest, it's easier to miss another Sunday. It's easy to, you know the bagel spot, the coffee, the cream cheese, the newspaper. You miss one Sunday, you just stay in there, no sleep in. Everybody deserves, everybody, watch that language. Everybody deserves one Sunday off. It's kind of like the person, everybody deserves, ain't nothing wrong with a drink and then one drink. Proverbs 20 and 1 says those that drink become fools. That's how it starts. A little drink, a little Sunday off, missing God, missing the word. Don't fall off the track. If you're in a race and you trip and fall, as long as you get back up, you're still in the race. If you fall off the track, you're disqualified.
This is Cheryl. I'm in Denver, and God has just blessed you. Thank you so much.
This is Joshua. Oh, my goodness, you blessed me with that broadcast. You don't know how you blessed me. And this is something you can battle the world with, man. I showed it to one of the pastors. They loved it.
My name is Bruce. I just want to say thank you, sir. I really love this sermon song. I have volume 1, Pastor Jones and Creflo and all them. Basically, man, I just want to tell you that this has been a blessing in my life.
I know sermon songs and life radio and all that stuff is bumping, and you getting your buzz. But, man, it was a wash away if you come out here to the West Coast. For real.